talking about being active in anything you do you know culture is one thing that can take you around the world? You don't believe me? Okay, I'd like you to meet my very next guest. He is a senior fellow. He is a fellow of the National Museum of Arts at Washington, D.C., and also a senior lecturer, Department of History and International Relations at the University of Calabar. Join me as a welcome Chief Dr. Ivor Miller.
Messiere Tunkai.
Messiere. Messiere Chief. It's so nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's really been long, and I know that you've been doing a lot of things. That's why you're here, because we want to find out what's up with Chief Dr. Ivor Miller. Let's go to a great event that happened last year. From the grapevine, you know, I heard that in faraway Havana, Cuba, there was an Èkpé festival. True or false?
Yes, true.
True.
Not true that.
Okay, now let's find out what happened there. How was it? How was the event?
Well, because of the international research we've been involved in, the Cubans have become very interested in knowing the sources of their own Èkpé culture, which they call abakwa. So for the first time in history, the Institute of Anthropology in Havana created a conference specifically on Èkpé. And so I was able to go. I presented. I want to show you a few photographs from the event.
Okay.
And it was so successful that they have decided to do another one this May.
You know, this sounds a little bit strange to us from here, because when we talk about I converge of the different Èkpé cult, for instance, we just expect them to come and have an Yoro Èkpé or something like that, and something that is not really open to everyone.
Yeah.
But what kind of event was it? Was it just for Èkpé members?
No. It was completely public, and there was a lot of scholars there, a lot of studious professors giving papers about the history of Èkpé in Africa, in Cuba, in Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria, and even into the USA by now, because so many Nigerians and Cameroonians and Cubans are living in USA, and they're organizing themselves into lodges there.
Okay, so all the lodges came. Did we have representation from Calabar, Nigeria?
Unfortunately, not last time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You know, the Cubans have heard about their Nigerian roots, but until they see an actual Nigerian going to represent Nigeria, they're a little skeptical about, is this real, or is this just Dr. Miller talking? You know? So we really hope to have Nigerian representation in May 2012 in Havana, Cuba.
When exactly May? Because someone watching might
this
be
will be,
planning to go
it's
with you.
May 28th to 30th.
Okay, now before we go to the photographs, what does it entail to be part of this event?
It's a colloquium. That means people come and give talks about any aspect of Èkpé culture. And when we say Èkpé in Cuba, we don't only mean the male society. We're also talking about Ekombi, Abang, any kind of Calabar cultural institution.
Okay.
Because all of it went across the ocean 200 years ago.
So they classify all as Èkpé?
Well, it's all under their Èkpé culture.
Okay.
But some of the rhythms they're playing in the Èkpé is even Ekombi. So we want to keep an open mind about it. And the Cubans want to know where they come from. It's very important. It's now been 200 years. And they know all the stories their ancestors brought. So what will be the icing on the cake is having Nigerian representation to confirm all of this.
Okay, so Doctor, can we go through some of the pictures?
Sure.
Because I'm sure someone is saying, wow, can this be true? So the very first one, yes, you can bring down the lead a bit. Yes, now that very first picture we're seeing, what does it represent?
This is the opening of the conference.
Okay.
Yeah, come up a little more. It's the opening of the conference in Havana. And you see all the leaders of the Institute of Anthropology are there. This is a photograph of the Èkpé manifestation they had in the streets of Havana for the first time.
So there was a kind of...
there was probably about 1,000 people there.
Uh-oh, okay.
Yeah. celebrating for the first time the West African Nigerian roots of their Abakwa culture. And this is, there are many musical groups coming in, and you see the Idem Èkpé there.
Okay. That's what their own Idem Èkpé looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next thing that I've been doing is the UNESCO nomination of Èkpé culture as a World Intangible Heritage.
And now, this UNESCO nomination, is it a nomination of Nigeria?
Yeah.
But do we have any of our culture already accepted by UNESCO as we speak?
Yes. Oshogbo, the Oshun Grove in Oshogbo, Oshun State, is a World Heritage Site.
Okay.
That is, it's a place that was a sacred place, it still is, and it's now protected by UNESCO. The Gelede masquerade of the Yorubas is also it's called World Intangible. That means it's nothing you can touch, but it's culture and practice. It's been accepted. And I know there are many others, but from southeastern Nigeria, I don't believe anything has been nominated before.
So now, what's the procedure? Because I think the Èkpé, for instance, is one of the culture from this part of the country that, I mean, if something is done, they can accept it. Well,
somebody has to come and do the work of doing the application.
Okay.
And that's what I've done. I went to about 30 different communities that have Èkpé in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River State, Ebonyi State, Abia State, and got letters from the leadership, the Ayambas, saying, we have Èkpé, it's our ancestral heritage, we want to nominate it.
Okay.
So we put all this together, we did some videos and photographs, and we took it to Abuja. It went through the Ministry of Culture. And I believe it's being adjudicated now. It takes 12 months. And the if we are successful, and I believe we will be, that means there will be some kind of grant money to do festivals, to do research, to do education, even have a school to teach people about this culture, because so many young people, they don't know much about it.
Yeah, I think it basically has to do with the beliefs of the people. Now, a lot of cross-riverians are feeling that these things are not too good because of Christianity and all that. So I think it's a conflict, with religion.
Yeah, but that's, we need education, because there's no conflict between Christianity and Èkpé. The Cubans resolved this a long time ago on their own island. So one can be a Christian and be an Abakwa member, no problem.